CS Pro rockets. But this one has a major problem with the drag. It's just like almost locked up. So I don't know what's going on with that. I think I'm just going to start right here with this this drag. Try to figure out what's going on there. Oh wow, doesn't have a little keeper. There's supposed to be a little keeper ring around that. Just keep tearing her down. See what we find out. She sure is dirty. Okay, so what it was, that drag was just so saturated with oil and grease that it was just slipping. It wouldn't in. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe a good cleanup just might be all this thing needs. Okay, we got everything cleaned up. We'll go over a few things. All the parts, I've inspected them. They look great. The only thing, I talked to Ian, and the only thing he agreed, or that he wanted done, was we decided to go ahead and change the drags because we don't know what those have been through. I believe he got this real used, and he's going to go with the power handle. So, and I want to show you something too with these washers. I believe the Abus are coming out with carbon now. Carbon, it's a carbon fiber type. I don't know if it's the same as these Carbon X. See how there's 1, 2, 3, the same size, and then on the factory, this one here that goes in between these two, between the drive gear and the drive shaft, it's almost like a it's a different material, kind of like a plastic or rubber, vinyl almost. So when you get the Carbon X, they're kind of the same. They got 3 that's bigger, and then one that's a little smaller, but they're all made out of the same material. So you can see how much bigger that one there is than that. On the original, so you can still see metal. I hope you all can see that. It doesn't take up the whole thing. I don't know if you can see that or not. But the new Carbon X washers, they're exactly the same size. So they're filling up the whole pieces of metal in between. So that's one reason why I like them too. So we're going to take these old drags, give them back to Ian. He can do whatever he wants with them. I also want to go over the stuff we're going to be using. This is the cows, gold labeled. It's universal reel and drag grease. This looks like peanut butter. This is just get it on your fingers. I mean, you just almost can't. I can't figure out any other way. But when you put that on, you don't want it super heavy. You just want a thin coat. You can almost see how it goes from dry to wet looking. You just kind of spread that all over. You know, try to get it even. Okay, so that's the smaller one. And it goes on the drive shaft. This is the drive shaft. So you put that on, and then you'll put your gear on. You see your gear's got a little bevel here, and then it's indented there. So that goes on there just like that. Then you get your next one. And that one will go right down on the drive shaft and into the drive gear. And you'll do the flat washer. This is just a plain flat washer. No ears, no bevel. It goes in there. We'll do our next one. Hope you guys can see good. I keep fiddling, you know, I've done the videos with my camera in different angles, but you know, my goal is like if you were doing it yourself, you know, be right there like you were doing it yourself. So I hope I'm achieving that. You don't want them too wet. I believe when we tore this thing apart, the old ones were soaked. They had so much oil and grease in that reel. It was just crazy. And it was locked all the way down and still wouldn't even work. Got ahead of myself. Just after that one, go with the one with the ears on it. Put that in there and make sure it's in the notches. Then put our last one on. Already did it. And then our last metal piece, which has got a bevel, and the bevel goes up. And there's our whole drag assembly. Ooh, one thing I almost forgot. There's a little washer right down here. Always leave it on there so I don't lose it. So it's already got a little grease from this here on there. Some guys use oil, but I think the grease will be fine. I just got some more on there from where I was fiddling with it. Put that there. You know, you gotta make sure that's on there. It's kind of like a little spacer. Then we put our gears on there. So now we want to grease up these gears, which we already did the pinion. So we want to grease this gear here up. Now we're ready to put this piece back on. You just line it up. See, everything just kind of falls right in. There's a little notch for the for your engage or disengage, I guess. It disengages your spool so you can cast. And you got your two little screws that go here. I always like to snug each side up and then give them a decent little crank. So that there is there's good. Forgot about the that little bushing sleeve goes in there. That's what's nice about them little tools. You can get down in there without damaging anything. Just like that until it gets flush. Okay, now this is an important part. So you got these two washers and they are beveled like a cup. So it makes like a little space in between them. It makes a spring. They're like spring washers. And you put them on there like that. They go down in there. And our star goes on. You gotta watch you don't cross thread these too. Sometimes they go right on, other times they give you fit. So see, after you get it on so far, don't want to let you turn. So you can stick the handle on. Finish turning that down. Okay, there's the drag started to grab. So pop the handle off, and you got that one there. See, it's got a bevel on it too. And that part goes down. You can kind of see the ring around the star where it rubs. So it's just like that. And then put the handle on. And if you remember, this one was missing it's a little keeper washer, spring washer, or whatever they call it. So you put that on there. Here, I'll lay that out so you can see it. This one was missing. Both his reels were missing this piece. I guess it's not absolutely necessary, but if you would lose your nut, this will still keep your handle on. These little things are boogers sometimes. Taking them off is usually when you can lose them. They like to fly. Get it on there and get it started. Then you take your screwdriver, put behind it, and you snap it right on. See, won't let your so you can still get your nut over it. So then you just give your nut a little crank down. I like to get it kind of snugged up. And then your cap's got little grooves in it so you can get it lined up. There we go. Nice and smooth. It's ready to go back into service. But as always, we appreciate you tuning in at Clearview Outdoors. We'd appreciate shares, likes, subscribe, share, or comment. Love the comments. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.